everybody, it's Miguel with Brown Bear Golf, and I'm ready to share all the information that I learned from my putter fitting at PXG Golf. All right, it's Miguel from Brown Bear Golf here. I got Rockstar parking at PXG, first spot. It's pretty sick. About to go in. I'm totally excited about this putter fitting. I'm looking to get into the Blackjack Putter high MOI putter. It just came out. It's actually not going to be released until a couple days from now, but they are doing fittings for it. So hopefully they let us film and we go from there. As a true golf fanatic slash addict slash lover, I found a way to justify spending money at a golf store, even though it didn't get me anything. So here's what I did. In my mind, I said, well, if you're going to get a putter fitting, no matter where you go, whether it's PGA Tour Superstore, Golf Tech, Golf Galaxy, wherever you go, they're going to charge you for a putter fitting. So if you're going to pay for a putter fitting, why not pay where you can try a club that only that place has? So that's what I did. I figured I could use the data from the putter fitting to help me order any putter I wanted. So if I didn't end up buying a Blackjack or some other PXG putter, I could use the information that I gained to customize an order of, say, a TaylorMade or a Scotty Cameron or an Odyssey. So that's what I did, guys. I justified it. I'm super glad I did, though, because I found a lot about this Blackjack to like. There is one thing that is a slight drawback, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, once you get in, you are kind of greeted by a receptionist at the door. They took my temperature. I was wearing a mask. I paid my $50, and I'm taken into the showroom. And they let me warm up with my putter and several other putters in their showroom floor before I started the fitting. I got to meet my fitter, and he gave me a few more minutes to continue as he set up the computers. Now, at this point in time, I saw all of the putter line that they had, the Gen 2 putters, and I could have tried any of them. What I focused on was the Blackjack, which came in a slant heel hosel, it came in a double bend hosel, and it came in a plumber's neck hosel. And I kind of tried all of them. The putter I'm playing with is currently a double bend hosel. And I have a tendency to pull the ball. So I thought maybe I need to get fit and see why I'm pulling everything. So I did. And what we found out was, first of all, I found this quite fascinating. At impact, my face is at exactly 90 degrees or perpendicular to the ground, and I'm really hitting the ball at exactly the face angle that the loft is set at, which is 3 degrees. And I was surprised. I thought that I'd be hitting up on it because sometimes the ball kind of lifts in the air and doesn't seem to be rolling fast enough. It's one of the reasons I wanted a new putter. I thought maybe something softer would get the ball rolling sooner. But the Blackjack doesn't have an insert in the face like its competitors. So what do? Let's give it a shot. What I found out when I compared the Blackjack to my Odyssey is that there are 12 inches before it starts to roll. That means once I hit the ball, it kind of skids or bounces, hops, whatever you want to call it, and doesn't start to roll until 12 inches after it's left my face. Now, that's within their range. I was told that 7 to 15 is the range that's appropriate. Anything higher than that, and you really got to think about changing your loft on the putter. What I also found out is that I have a hook bias when I putt the ball, hence it going left. That's where most of my misses are. Now, what's interesting here is that when I tested the Blackjack, there were two things working against me in the testing. One, the shaft was 1 inch shorter than mine. I have a 36-inch shaft. The shaft that they had in the shop was 35 inches. Two, they had a much smaller grip than I have a Superstroke 5.0 Fatso. I really like the fat grip. It quiets my hands, and it also reduces fatigues on my fingers because I hold the putter like this with my fingertips, and if it's too narrow, I'm squeezing too tight, and it has a tendency to hurt while I'm practicing. So I like it fat. I can grab it gently and do my stroke. So I do believe, due to the fact that the shaft was shorter and the fact that the grip was much, much skinnier than my Fatso, that's what led to the hook bias on the Blackjack. Now, they use a system called Quintic, and Quintic is a video high-speed video format that then uses computer algorithms to decide what's happening based on the video. So what we found out is I had a 47, I don't know exactly what that number means, but in comparison to my Callaway, here are the numbers. The Blackjack had a bias of 47 hook spin, whereas my Callaway only had a 17. So I hooked more with the Blackjack, but I do believe that's due to the fact that the shaft was shorter and that the grip was much skinnier. All right, we're here in PXG, gonna roll some practice putts before I get started with the fitting. So there's my current gamer. Right off the bat, this Blackjack is a lot smaller than my Cruiser 7, which is amazing that it's smaller, but potentially has more MOI and forgiveness. And there's the Blackjack, that's what I came here for. Where this PXG Blackjack is similar to my Odyssey is that you can customize the weights on the bottom. And if you get a super stroke grip with the weight core, you can also counterbalance the shaft. So that's where the similarities are. They are also high MOI mallet putters. That's another similarity. Where the differences occur, and they stood out to me right away the moment I picked up the Blackjack, is that the Blackjack is much smaller in its profile than my Odyssey. So what do I mean by that? If you look at the pictures in the video, it just is a smaller head compared to a bigger head. So it's got a smaller profile. The other thing is that the face is very shallow for a putter. I looked at some of the other putters there, like the mini gunboat and the operator, and their faces were much deeper, much taller, much wider. Excuse me. So I kind of was a little worried about such a shallow face, but as I went through swinging it, I realized this thing stays straight. It stays true. Now, I have an inside takeaway, but as I came back, I felt like this club brought itself back to the start of origin. And that's miraculous. After I kept putting with this during the fitting, I finally went back to my Odyssey Cruiser 7 and it looked massive. I mean, just think about this. I putted with the Blackjack for maybe a half an hour during testing, and only after a half an hour, looking back at mine, it looked like a massive thing. And it also felt like it took more work to take back and more work to keep online. This obviously could be a mental game. I don't know. It was dark in there. It was bright. It's hot here in Phoenix. Maybe there's a lot going on. But in the end, I walked away thinking that the Blackjack felt better in the takeaway and in the return. All right, so I've warmed up with the Blackjack versus mine, and my fitter is about to set up the computer, and we're gonna head back in just a second.
Kind of the same.
Okay. I feel like I haven't missed one. There's maybe a groove in the floor that.
You know, it's pretty common feedback, and there's not. I've seen lots of do this here, believe it or not.
All right, so my fitter told me that I'm 1 degree inside the ball when I'm at impact, which is interesting to know, which means that we're probably gonna get my lie a little bit flatter, so I don't have to bend over so much. I'm currently gaming a double bend shaft, but we think that this is the plumber's net.
Yeah, we're gonna try the plumber's
We're gonna try the plumber's neck. This is the blackjack, but we're also gonna try it in the gunboat and see if that can't keep me a little bit more straight to the path. And there's the video system that's gonna be measuring and getting all that good technical stuff.
Your stroke here. I'm gonna take it a little bit inside, kind of a small arc. See that play through.
Yep. But when I'm coming through, it looks like it goes, yeah, it does come inside, doesn't it? That white line on the putter helped me see that. Can you do that one more time?
Sure. We can actually slow it down.
It looks like I'm coming through the ball straight though.
You're correct. So you're hitting it back square at impact.
Right?
So with that arc there, slight arc inside and then through. Play it one more time.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't know, and that's why I want to see on the Quintic.
Yep.
I don't know if it feels significantly different than the face of mine. And one of the parameters I was looking for was a softer feeling. But if it's more accurate, if it keeps the line better, then that's obviously a very good metric to consider.
I'll grab the ball here. Okay. As far as the skid, you got that there at 12 inches.
Is that good, bad?
Within our chart, it's all kind of relative.
The hook deducted 17 RPM? Oh, no.
That's the spin. It's the hook spin. You got 17 RPM hook spin there.
Okay.
So on the positive, that's going to be a cut spin.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
So,
More time.
yeah, so a little bit more hook spin there.
Oh, wow.
Launch angle was good. 12 inches on the skid as well. Let's go from there. There's last one. I can follow up with you in an email on that.
Sure. First of all, look at all these shafts. That's insane.
Is a distinct advantage to the team that has the best energy on their sideline. It's won the game.
The thing that is kind of a drawback for me to purchase this is that it doesn't have a face insert. It does have a pyramid milled variable milling on the face, which is designed to help control ball speeds. The final question is, after everything I learned in terms of what the blackjack felt like when I hit it, what it looked like, how I felt comfortable addressing it, looking at it from over the ball, I really love this club. I really do. I like it a lot. And yeah, it's a PXG club, so it's super expensive. But guess what? It's on sale right now, even before they've released it. So instead of it being $550 or $590, I don't even know what it is because I wouldn't even consider it at that price. I know it's $400 right now. Now that's still a lot of money. However, I paid $350 for a used Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero when they were retailing at $525. So a used club that I use only if 14 times around versus a club that I'm gonna hit maybe 25 times. Imagine using your putter 25 times in a round. Let's be serious, probably 30 to 35 times. So I use the putter 40% in a total round. I'm ready to invest. I never was before. I'm ready to invest. I've seen how my improved putting helps my scores and I want to go even lower. So I committed to the fitting and I'm committed to spending money on something that's going to help me do that. So $400 the PXG Club. The Blackjack, I think, is right there in line with, say, a Scotty Cameron. I was looking at the Phantom X. That's $430. Or a TaylorMade Spider X. By the time I add some weights to it and a new grip, I'm about $430. And the Odyssey Stroke Lab is I think the cheapest one, coming in at a retail of $300. By the time I add some weights and a grip, we're at about $360. So that's the cheapest one. I do have to admit, I like that soft feeling face of the micro hinge insert. Right now, I can't commit. I just don't know exactly what to do, but I'm super happy that I did the PXG fitting. I had a great time in there. My wife helped photograph, and my fitter was very knowledgeable, very patient, and kind of understood where I was at. He was 6'4", so we kind of had some similar tendencies, which helped make my fitting go a little bit smoother. The facilities there at PXG are phenomenal. My wife called it a super fancy car dealership, except for golf, and I thought that was interesting. I'd be willing to go back. I really would. I'd be willing to pay $50 to try out some of their hybrids and fairway woods that are also on sale. It's an experience that I'm really glad I had the opportunity to do, and I suggest for anyone who has any doubts about getting fit for any club, whether it be irons, driver, or putter, I think you should do it. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna feel that much more confident when you buy something. There's nothing worse than buyer's remorse. However, when you have this data and you have this information and you see it, you see the high-speed visual footage of your camera, you know it's not just some magic numbers. You're going to feel better about your purchase. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're working on some other content. I've got further reviews coming out of training aids on the Well Putt training mat, and I've got the Spornia at-home golf net, which got really popular during the pandemic. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you ladies watching. Please, whatever you do out there, get out on the golf course as soon as you can and play your game.
All right, how cool is this? This is the business card that I got at the end of my fitting from the fitter. It's got his name on it, his phone number, and it's a poker chip. It's also a ball marker. It's also a business card.